I'm fed up. I'm fed up with not telling people stuff. I really want to tell people stuff. You know what I mean? I'm tired of being told that, you can't say something. You got to keep it to yourself. I got something to say. And I thought I'd just invite my friend and he can share because we were talking a couple of weeks back and he just told me that one day that I'm just fed up. And the way he said it to me was just like, you know what, that's a podcast right there. So here we are. But you speak about gray areas with people. Now we're guys, and obviously the first thing we're going to talk about, the thing we talk about more than money and everything else, is girls.
Yo, I don't know whether we should talk about it now because I think we have a time limit here.
No, stop running.
No, I'm saying we've got a time limit here. I don't know whether we can spend the whole night here because this is a long... Yo, man.
I'm going to make sure that we chop it up in the right way. Yeah.
Yo, so, guy. I don't think we can chop. It's going to touch a lot of stuff. Why are there so many gray areas?
The reason I actually wanted this podcast is because my friend dropped a couple of gems about certain things. And I was like, this is knowledge that we just need to share. And I call it knowledge. Whether you want to take it or not, it's totally up to you. But there's just knowledge out there that I think we need to share. One, with the young men out there who think that they got it all figured out and everything else. Two, I think with even our own kinfolk, wherever we are, that there's certain things that we don't know. And there's such a lot of gray areas. And for me, women remain the number one sort of gray area. And the one thing that it dropped for me was, why do they have to be cryptic about messaging? You cannot really fully understand what a woman wants and says. It's always very cryptic. With a guy, it's simple. I'm hungry. I want to eat.
It's just...
I'm hungry. I want to eat. What else do you want to do? I want to do this, and I'll do it.
We're done.
We're done.
We don't have time. It's either the car's on or it's
off.
There's no halfway. Come on. I look, I've been married for 18 years. Ask me. No, don't clap. Ask me, what do I know? Nothing, boss. I'm clueless. The cryptic is an understatement. It's easier to understand what the Bible is saying. You know what I mean? Even though you weren't there during the times of Noah, it's easier to understand than to understand what she is saying, when she's saying it, and how she's saying it. Because we respond. Men, we are black or white. There's no gray.
100%.
So if you're going to say something to me, I'll respond. That's not what I wanted. But what did you say? And then when we have no clue what's going on, we revert to type as men. I don't care whether you're black, white, Indian, rich, poor. I don't care.
Or
you
Martian.
revert to type. You just do DSTV, picture, no sound, because you have no idea what you should do. Every man, just picture, no sound, and you're there. And I just get fed up. I don't know. I'm about to take a turn left. Can I take it?
Yes, you can.
You don't know. So what do? You do the Jada Smith mission. And you just get into an entanglement. And still there, boss. What is it? What is it? What is it? Help me understand. Nothing is ever clear cut. And you're always working. You're always working. You're always working.
Yeah.
You don't rest.
Yeah.
There's that Shona phrase. No zora wafa.
Yeah.
They're not lying, boss.
But aren't we setting ourselves up for that? Because this is the thing. It's do we have to communicate and get an answer from them? Because Stoic and all those sort of people, the men that I've seen, and I love people like James Bond, that whole fictional character stuff. I love that stuff to bits. And I've modeled half my life based on that sort of person. It's black and white. Either you're with me or you're not with me. But with them, it's 1 + 1 is not 2.
Boss.
It can be 3 today, -1 tomorrow. It can be 52 the next day. And you talked about picture, no sound. It almost seems like we're not supposed to listen to them.
I hear you.
Yeah, we're not supposed to listen to them. We're supposed just to do. Because like you say, we work. Well, men, we do. That's all we do. We just do. They will come. You will give them $1 million today. Somebody says, I've wanted this. Oh, I've got the house. I got this. I got everything else. Everything. The money's there. Everything else. Tomorrow there'll be a problem. It's too much. It's way too much. I'll give you a good example for myself. I've had a rocky love life, very rocky. So much so, my friend has got lots of songs he's created purely based on my rocky lifestyle. So there must be some good that come out of that, right? And I've got to the point where I've stopped trying to figure them out. I'm going to do me. And doing me is what will make me happy. Because I'm completely fed up with trying to understand them. And my dad had that line, and I never believed it before. He says, and I'll tell you why this was so honest. My dad was now terminal. And it was exactly almost like 5 days before he died. I rock up to see this old man. I say, hey, what's going on? How are you? He goes, So he waits for his then wife, who was my stepmom, to get out of the room. Props himself on the thing. And I say, oh, okay, something epic is about to happen here. And he goes, what's going on? Now you must know it's important for a man who's about to die to give you words like that. I say, but what do you mean? He says, you're a logical creature. They're emotional.
Oh, yeah.
There is no way in hell you're going to ever understand each other. So what you could say is that I need money to get to do this, so it makes it happen. She won't understand that.
True.
And that becomes the gray area in between. And those words stuck with me. Now, unfortunately, one of my parents gave me this whole sensitive thing. So I tried to listen to women. I hate it. I wish I didn't. I hate it totally. I just want to pull it apart. But that to me is the essence of it all. Why we struggle as men is because we want to be emotional. God damn it, you're not emotional.
No, boss. No.
Do.
We're not emotional. We're loyal.
We're loyal?
Yeah. No,
That's
we're
the
loyal.
thing?
No, we're not emotional. We're loyal. And sometimes you can be loyal for the wrong things. You know, like a hound. A hound doesn't know whether you're a thief or whether you're a pastor or a bastard.
It'll come wagging his tail
all
to
the
you.
time. All the time. And that's how we are wired. You know, we want to feel as though we belong. So that we can have a sense of pride in doing something. We want to feel like we belong. It's funny, there's something that you said about doing you. I used to do these, what do they call them? Inspiring things, I don't know. I used to do them a lot last year via WhatsApp and just send to my family.
You still do them. Now they're just Sungura songs, but you still do them.
You know, I used to do it and send to my family and all that stuff and be like, wow, this is so great. Yeah, I tried it out and it worked. And then I got to the point, end of last year, I said, you know what? I'm changing topic. My next season is being selfish. And I said, what's going to happen is if you're going to do what I'm advising you to do, realize you're going to see your friends in a different light. And your friends are going to lose their desire to hang around you because you're not doing yourself. What matters to you. And you're worrying about yourself. And the moment I started that, I started living it. Boss, the things that I learned about myself and the things that I love doing, I realized all this time, I won't say I was living a lie, but no, I was satisfying someone else.
That's true.
And when you get to that realization, there are two things.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. There are two things that will happen. You will continue because you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Or you just decide to experiment in trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
And the moment you get to that place, your whole world as how you defined it stops. So everything you begin to do, you begin to define yourself. And what's happening now is a lot of gray areas are being conducted by people that are not too sure how to define themselves. And once you're there, that's when the Bible comes and says you're easily blown by the wind, tossed to and fro.
Yeah.
What does Shona say? Balance. You know, English, I forget the English term, but you really have no identity.
Yeah.
And I think being selfish now makes you sit and makes you really realize, okay, so what do I want?
What's important to me.
What's important to me.
Yeah.
And then you begin to realize the things that just get you all fed up. And you're like, come on, anything, And even in that space, there's certain things that don't get you upset anymore. You're like, Ndojar, stay, I'm out.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I noticed is when I decided to do me, I realized people in my immediate environment couldn't handle it. Only those that went through what I am going through understand, no, it's okay, it's cool. But those that have no clue or were not anticipating it,
yeah,
they are freaking out. They are just excreting bullets, boss, of stress and strain and trying to make it your problem. It's not. And
you're absolutely right that people want to be comfortable knowing they can predict you.
Hey, right there.
Do you know what I mean? They want to be comfortable knowing that they can predict you.
What do they say? You hit the baboon in the mouth with a big stick. Bro.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you actually start doing you, and you know what? Everybody that cared for me had that sort of epiphany and stuff. And like I said, I'm always going to refer to because he's known me for the longest, my business partner. And there are moments where he's just okay, that's different. What's happening? And it's that, suddenly realizing that I'm important and I want to do and say things that are important to me. And everyone else I'm sorry, but you can go hang.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't conform to what they always want you to be predictable about.
Yeah.
And it scares them.
It does.
It scares them 100%.
You're not predictable anymore.
No. So they can't come back to you with things that would evoke emotion in you. They can't.
You said it right.
And
there.
I love that
you
line.
You said it right there.
One day, I always say to them that, pussies. Pussies. And those who know me, I've used that quite a number of times because you just don't know. My family right now, like I said, middle age, and that's what middle age. Some white people termed it midlife crisis, whatever it might be. It's not a crisis. It's finding out who you are.
Yeah, thank you.
And what's important to you. And you suddenly realize that certain things don't matter. And you're just fed up with it. What you want to do? Nah, it's not for me. And this is how I want to go. And if you're happy with that, you'll conform to where I'm going.
Yeah.
I love John Walker. Keep walking. And the world follows the man who knows where he's going.
Yeah, so true. Mercedes-Benz says the best or nothing. You know what I mean? You have...
We had to go there.
We had to go there.
Oh yeah, we're fans of Mercedes-Benz. If you're going to sponsor us, yes, thanks.
It's the best or nothing. I'll go through the ones that I know. Lexus is in pursuit of perfection.
Yes.
We're not looking for perfection, boss. We just want to know who we are. We want to be the best or nothing. BMW, sheer driving pleasure. Look, driving, pleasure, but it doesn't mean that you're the best in anything.
No.
Kia, the power to surprise. I don't need to be surprising people.
We know.
I know who I am.
Yeah.
So it's the best or nothing. Every time you drive a Mercedes, it's old school money, boss. You're old school because you know who you are. You know where you're going. You know where you've come from. And when you get to that whole crisis, other guys, he's buying a bike because midlife crisis. Oh, he's doing this. No. It's not. He's not buying the bike because of midlife crisis. He's buying the bike because I missed out.
I missed out
on what I wanted to do.
Pleasing you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, pleasing you.
Come on. And so you do it. And then it's not that you come back down to earth during the crisis. You have now realized where you should be.
Yeah.
And you just explode. That's why they say 40 is a make or break. It's not make or break for you as an individual. It's for the people that are around you.
They should be afraid.
Exactly. Either they're going to make it worthwhile being in your presence or they'll break away from you. Yeah. Most of the time they break away from you because they cannot predict your movements and they cannot tune you anymore. You are the one who's tuning. And it bothers me because they then don't support you. You are now the Achilles heel in the way they were living.
Yeah.
Not knowing that should they understand,
it's great.
My gosh,
it's great.
It's.
But I read something, and I love this guy called Tom Hardy. He's an actor and everything else. He's a method actor, and he dropped one line. I don't know if it's a credit to him and everything else. When you're comfortable with yourself, you can be alone, and that is the most dangerous position that you can be. Because no one can move you unless you move. So no matter what, what you do or feel, make sure you take good care of yourself. Always. And never give a fuck about anybody else. For FedUp, that's a wrap.